I'm excited to hear from Erica. She's going to talk about millennials. She's going to talk about razors, this kind of razors, not the scooters, and some other things that are really hopefully going to shed some light on how we can all make more money with video through engagement.
Thank you. Hello. Well, this is going to be fast, I promise. I've got 5 minutes here. So, interactive digital video technologies. What is true interactive engagement and which brands are benefiting? I'm going to start immediately with an example. So this is it was an international video experience that Philips created to promote the launch of a new electric razor. Their goal was to reach a generation of young men who maybe wasn't familiar with electric razors and invite them to play with their brand story. And we're going to go right into the example here. So I've taken the audio out just to reduce points of failure here, so I'm going to do his voice. So he just said, "What a night, huh?" And then he looks in the mirror and he sees, clearly it was a good night. He's covered in lipstick. And then he goes, "Help me remember. I know it started with shaving, but which style?" And you get 6 beard choices that come up below. So you can select the beard choice you like. We just clicked on Van Dyke, which was the goatee. And it takes you back to the night before, and you get the idea. As you make different beard choices, different adventures ensue the night before, and I think 5 out of 6 of them wind up with a happy ending with a lady. So that's what we mean when we talk about interactive video, where a viewer clicking on the video changes the storyline of the video, changes the content they get, or a viewer clicking on the video can actually change the website, or clicking on the website can change the video. So this is about bringing web functionality into the video and integrating them seamlessly. So these are the results that we saw. 65% of viewers were accessing this content on iPhone or Android. The average mobile viewing time exceeded 4 minutes, so that's really a long time to spend with a brand message on a phone. And the average viewer interacted 3 to 4 times. So all of this are great indicators of engaged viewers. But so what? Did it impact Philips' business? Well, it turned out that it increased purchase consideration by 6%, and they sold 16% more razors as a direct result of the campaign. Furthermore, with interactive video, each of those interactions, the viewer offers up a little bit of insight about what they like, what they don't like, what works, what doesn't work. So they also received really unprecedented data. We were able to share with Philips information, for example, like which beard choices were most popular by geography. It was the full beard, by the way, that was most popular last year. Which characters were most engaging, and the click path that was most likely to lead to a sale. It also was an award winner. Ogilvy Dusseldorf did the creative on this, and so that was a great perk. So why did this work? Well, the reason Philips engaged in this is what Willem Schungel had to say. Engaging and interacting with consumers is paramount when it comes to video, and a big component of this interactivity is meeting the demands of an increasingly mobile consumer. So the 3 points here are video, mobile, interactive. Those things are a self-reinforcing trend. We actually think that there are 2 things going on in society that are driving the adoption of interactive video. The first is that we're in the midst of a new wave of storytelling, and the second is that we're experiencing a societal shift driven by the rise of the millennials. So technology is driving a new wave of storytelling. I think everyone here has seen that. This is nothing new. It started with paint on cave walls, and it's continuing today. But if you think about what the internet introduced to how we sort and process information, we had menus, we had links, we had search. That happened, back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then with the mobile web, it brought that functionality and put it into our hands and drove our expectation around intuitive user interface. Video has lagged in that until now. We're really starting to see video evolve to take advantage of that. So why does this matter? Well, this gets to the second, I skipped a point here. Philips did a good job of that. So why this matters, we're in the midst of a shift driven by the rise of the millennial. And the brand managers that I talk to spend a lot of time thinking about this problem. Communicating with millennials, it turns out, is a different game than communicating with older generations. So I'm going to talk about the profile of the millennial for just a second here. They account for 30% of the population. They're, of course, digital natives. They've grown up with infinite access to information at all times. In fact, they check their smartphones about 8,000 times per year. They're video gamers, and there have been some really interesting studies that have come out that have shown the appeal of the video game is not about violence, it's not about tallying headshots, it's about exercising choice and experiencing consequence. It's about decision making. They're also incredibly skeptical, but very idealistic. They're not going to sit back and receive a brand message because you push it to them. On the other hand, they're also seeking authentic communication. They want brands to reach out to them as individuals, speak to them as individual people. And that clearly you can see how traditional video, which works really well in a mass media environment where you're pushing one idea to a lot of people, fails in this environment. Interactive video, on the other hand, is a great tool. So to wrap up, what additional brands are out there that are using interactive video? We're seeing Condé Nast Entertainment, for example, innovating with interactive video. They're using it to create entirely new digital-first video experiences, both for editorial and for advertising. Deloitte is using it to recruit young people. They saw a 3-fold increase in video engagement, and these videos actually are outperforming their YouTube videos. Anheuser-Busch using it to tell complex brand stories. This was a really interesting use case. The average viewer clicked over 20 times within that video experience. So I'm happy to talk further. If you've got additional questions, come find me afterwards. Thank you so much.